What is going on, guys? RebelTrainer bringing you another week of our IBA VGC Season 1. This is Week 8. This is the final week against the commissioner himself, SlightliSalti. SlightliSalti is the coach of the Giga Impacts, Montreal Giga Impacts, as you guys can see. Coach of the Renegade Zarudes. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the season. It's coming to an end. There are playoffs. We are in playoffs. Depending on what we do here and what other coaches do will determine seeding. We're all tied or pretty close tied to like top 3, top 4, or whatever. So the team that Salty has constructed is Cinderace, Clefable, Barraskewda, Chandelure, Crocodile, Machamp, Nidoqueen, Ribombee, Doublade, Palkia is his restricted, and Gmax is Rillaboom is his Gmax. So of the 6, I think that he could be bringing. You guys can see down below the Rillaboom, Cinderace, Palkia, Crocodile, Ribombee, Barraskewda. Those are all very viable options for him. The 6 that we're bringing, obviously, you guys can see that on the screen there. We are bringing Glacier. I'm like really cold, so I don't know why. It might just be nerves. Glacier, pretty standard set Glacier. We're bringing Saltvez this week just for the fun of it. I think it just puts in a little bit more work for us, especially against some of his harder hitting mons on the special side. So longevity is the game there. Zamazenta has yet to put in any sort of work yet this season, which is really unfortunate, but he's only been here for about 2 weeks. So this would be the final week for him before playoffs. So hopefully he can do the work that I want him to do. Arcanine, obviously, Aragog puts in a lot of pressure, kind of like we did with Gokey. And then Grimmsnarl and Jellicent. So hopefully those things work out for us. We'll get connected with Salty, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right. So what? Cinderace comes, Rillaboom came, Palkia came, Crocodile came. So no Ribombee. So we see the Clefable, which makes sense. Big tanky wall for him. And no Barraskewda. Instead, we see Chandelure. All right. Makes sense. Chandelure. I'm really glad I brought Salt Vest. All right. So what are we going to bring in response to his set? I think he leaves a Chandelure, honestly. I could see him leaning Crook. We're going to lead these guys. We're bringing Glacier in the back with Balto. I think that makes sense. We'll see what he wants to do in response to our team. Definitely a scary team. Obviously, he wants to hit my Glacier as hard as he can with the Cinderace, with the Chandelure. Crocodile's probably there for the Intimidate, which is why I was expecting to see it. So we've said our have funs, no good lucks, especially after that crazy battle we had with Gokey. All these have been kind of mixed mash for me because I've been trying to catch up and get ahead of where we are. So it feels good to be finally back on top. So let's lead the Chandelure and the Crocodile. Okay. That's exactly what I expected to see, honestly. See the Intimidate. Not a huge deal to me. Bug Buzz makes sense on Crocodile. That's not an Uber. And I think Scalding makes sense as well. He could just get out of there. We're just going to double into the Crook. Chandelure I'm not as scared of. He does withdraw it, which is fine by me. Goes into Apollo, which is fine. Okay. That was big damage. We see telepathy. Crocodile goes down. Okay. And we see the Rillaboom. All right. So obviously he's going to Dynamax, which is fine. Again, I'm just going to Bug Buzz the Rillaboom. Strength Sapping the Rillaboom makes sense too. We almost take it out. Spatial Ren into the Gavantula? Nope. Into Jellicent. Okay. We see Telepathy. Spatial Ren. Okay. Getting rid of the Rillaboom makes sense. Go for the Dazzling Gleam. Doesn't Dynamax, which is interesting, but I'm guessing the Chandelure is there for something special, which is fine. Now knows we're not weakness policy. Drain Punch Aura Sphere. He is an Ice Berry? Yep. Okay. Okay. All right, so Chandelure comes out. It cannot one-shot me. That's the good news. Cannot one-shot me. I've not seen an item on this. There was no balloon or anything. I'm actually gonna go for the max hit. No. Special defense boost would be huge. I am gonna go for the Trick Room. It's gonna Dynamax Chandelure. Yep. Makes sense. I'm gonna guess it's sashed. That would be the logical sense there. Goes for the Aura Sphere again. Okay. Should live. Should live. +1. Almost. Almost. And now we're faster. Now we're faster. He does go for the max guard, which is fine. Which is fine. Apollo going a little bit weaker. All right. Palkia KO'd last year. Come. Snarl should be doing a bit. Go for the Dazzling Gleam. Should pick up something here between the two of them. Tries to go for the max guard again, but it fails. Okay. Okay. Ooh, he is fast or slower. Interesting. We're gonna go for the Protect. We're gonna go for the Dazzling Gleam. Does a lot. Okay. Dimensions do not return to normal, which is great. And I just go for a Dazzling Gleam again. All right. Good game 2. Good game 1. Man, I am shaking. Again, I don't know if it's just because of the way Salty plays. Or it's just week 8, the nerves of it. Interesting that he didn't bring the Cinderace, though, that game. I felt Cinderace put in a lot of work. But we're going to do it again. And do it again. I think I'll lead the same. I can see him bring Clefable. I could see him doing that. That's why I'm leading with Zamazenta. Maybe Zamazenta is going to put in the work that I need him to do. Do the thing that I need him to do. All right. Cinderella and Lumineer. Okay. Scalding and Cinderace could be really good. I think going for the Psychic Fangs on the Chandelure makes sense. He's going to Dynamax a Cinderace, I would assume. Yep. I don't really want to touch it with a with a non-super effective move because I imagine this thing's weakness policy. It's good damage. Max darkness, okay. Into the Jellicent, which is fine. We are physically defensive. Apparently it's not fine. Goes for the flamethrower. It's going to tickle. A lot. Okay. Now the question is, Galvantula is not faster. All right, we're going to if he goes for a fighting move or a fire move, it could be bad. We're gonna go for the Electro Web. Go for the Electro Web. That's what the Focus Sash is for on Galvantula. May not be afraid of it at all, which is fine. If I would have Max Quake. Okay. Okay, now I'm faster than everything on the field. I do need to get rid of that Chandelure. So let's do that. And I miss. That's huge. Alright, so now he knows. Now he knows we're sashed. Game 3. Alright, well that was very fast. That was very fast. Ugh. Did not make the proper adjustments that we needed, but at least we know with the Cinderace on the field, he has something to hit us super effectively with. At least we know. Alright, so obviously leaving Balto makes sense. Yeah, I gotta get rid of the Chandelure. If I want any shot at this. Yeah. If I can get it down to -2, gives us a pretty good shot. I would assume he leads the Chandelure again. Yep, makes sense. I could Snarl. Could swap. But I can't hit it super effectively then. Gotta Scald the Chandelure. Gotta Scald the Chandelure. Yep, Dynamaxes, that makes sense. He is -1. Which is what we're hoping for with that. Goes for the max knuckle. Okay. Which is fine. Shadow Ball into Jelly. That's fine. Holy cow. Could go for the Spirit Break if he wants to try to get that up. I think a Reflect here makes sense. Could go for the Snarl. Or could go for the Flare Blitz into the Cinderace, which I think is what I want to do. Yep, that's perfect. Get some good damage there. Shadow Ball into Arcanine, maybe? Yep. He's back to normal. Max Quaking into the Cinderace makes sense. Most likely because he's going to go for a Flare. He withdraws. Okay, that's fine. So he's got to be Choice Specs. He's got to be Choice Specs. Bow's weakness policy here. Goes for the max flare. Okay. Should be okay. In the reflect. Yep. Not enough. I'm probably going to see weakness policy here, I would bet. No weakness policy. Interesting. Does so much. Oh, we live. Just not going to have enough in the tank. Just not enough in the tank. Twinkle Toes, which is... oh, the Fable. Interesting. Well... we got flinched. I love flinches. Probably goes for Earthquake. Yep. Ugh, my word. Oh well. Crocodile KO'd Grim. Well, GG did to Salty. Great game. He obviously had a very scary team, as you guys can see. And we end the season 5-3, which is nothing to be sad about. I'm a little bummed just because of the couple weeks that I had being sick. I think that kind of threw off my game. But Salty played really, really well. Obviously, bringing the specs, Chandelure, Cinderace was really, really good against our team. We had a really good lead game 1, and he bounced back game 2 really well. So, no shame there. Yeah. Other than that, I'm guessing he brought Fable Crocodile game 2. Yeah, I don't know of anything else I could have done differently with the 2 fire types that he brought. Just kind of looking at my team. But I almost brought Vikavolt this week. Probably bringing Hippowdon would have been the play. And Komao to kind of take up some of those hits better. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We definitely had fun. And just kind of looking at the rankings after that puts us to 5-3. So depending on what Tay does, we can't do any worse than probably 5th. But we'll probably end 4th on the season. So, which means then we probably play, let's see if we can see, no, it doesn't look like it's good. We have playoffs here yet, but yeah. Again, on the season, we played really, really well for my first time ever doing VGC style, with the IBA draft and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited for what we were able to accomplish. I'm really excited about our team and all that it did. With what Glacier did, I think that brought its KD to like 30 some kills, or 13 deaths or something like that. Maybe 13, 14. Yeah. Last year got 1 kill game 1. Got nothing game 2. We got decimated. And got 1 kill there. So if that's right, that's 2. That brings us kills up to 31, and that puts us at 14 deaths on the season. very much our kill leader. No doubt of that in my mind whatsoever. So again, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. I don't know if that gives us the kill leader for the season. It kind of depends on what some other people did in their stuff as well. But we have a very, very good shot at having kill leader for last year. So KD is looking pretty good too. Yeah. I don't know why I'm rambling. It's probably because it's the end of the season and we have playoffs coming up. So just kind of reflecting a little bit. But yeah, super looking forward to playoffs, what that all could hold for us. Salty should be making playoffs too. There's no reason why he shouldn't be making it. So we might have a revenge story for him. It all depends on how that all plays out. But yeah, so I think I rambled long enough, but hopefully you guys did enjoy the season. Thank you guys so much for your support and love throughout this season. Who knows what draft content we have going forward for the team, but hopefully we can do some pretty cool things and enjoy it along the way. But all that being said, I'm RebelTrainer. This is Rebel Nation. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.